You're watching Adonis TV. I'm Amir Fazeli from Adonis Athletics, and today's episode we're going to cover rest periods between sets during workouts. Usually when it comes down to training, especially for like the bodybuilding style of training, people tend to favor or talk about this notion of needing to shorten the rest period and feel the burn and get a pump and build up a lot of lactic acid in the muscles in between sets. So you'll see typically a lot of bro lifters cut their rest periods short to a minute and a half, sometimes even less between sets. So the question comes out, which one is it? Should you rest less between sets, or should you rest more between sets? Is it good to get that pump? Is it good to feel the burn, or what's going on? The notion of this less of a rest, shortening the rest periods and feeling the burn and feeling the pump came from I think a couple of studies that showed somewhat of a relationship, a correlation between a buildup of metabolites in the body, in the muscle, so things like lactic acid and so on, and its relation with increasing certain signals and pathways to do with muscle building, as well as the release of growth hormones. But the important point was missed. In strength training and in muscle building, probably the most important factor always comes down to the amount of total volume done. So if you're not moving the tonnage, then your results are going to be subpar, the tonnage that you're supposed to be getting done. And what happens when you shorten your rest period? You can't go again. You can't use the same weight for the same reps again. You have to either drop the reps or you have to drop the weight, or even both sometimes. So that means what? That means you're not doing the same amount of tonnage, the same amount of total kilos lifted or pounds lifted, for my American friends, in that workout, in that training session. So you're getting subpar results, even though there may be some signaling associated for increase in muscle building and in increasing growth hormone release and so on. When you decrease the rest between sets, it's still not as significant, and it cancels out the effect of the need for more volume. So should you rest less or should you rest more? The answer is you should rest as much as is needed to be able to do the work that you're supposed to get done. If you have to consistently drop the weight or the reps in between your sets to get the work done, then it's likely that you're not resting enough, and your body's not recovering enough to be able to do the tonnage and the workload that's needed for your body to grow. How much should you be resting? Well, according to some studies that have come out, anything up to 3 minutes, 2.5 to 3 minutes is enough. Even 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes is good for the purposes of purely muscle building. So we're talking 8 reps, 10 reps, 12 reps, and so on. When it comes time for strength development, less than 2 minutes is not ideal. Even less than 3 minutes is not ideal. You want to be preferably resting 3+ minutes, sometimes 5 minutes. In certain cases, when you're very strong, when you're a heavyweight and doing really heavy training, even up to 10 minutes, as long as you're not completely cooling down. The reason for that is because the muscular system recuperates and regenerates quicker between sets than the nervous system does. Nervous system takes longer to regenerate and be ready to go again. So hopefully that helps out. Remember, tonnage and volume are the number one priorities, pretty much at the top of the hierarchy in terms of what's important for growth and development and strength. Always got to prioritize that first. Hopefully that helps out. Until the next episode, keep watching Adonis TV. Over and out.